5 love languages are words of affirmation, using words to affirm the other person. You look nice in that outfit, really appreciate what you did. One of the things I like about you, just using words to affirm the other person. Life and death are in the power of the tongue, says an old Hebrew proverb. You can kill people or you can give them life by the way you talk to them. A second love language, and these are in no particular order, acts of service, doing something for the other person that you know they would like for you to do. In a marriage, that would be such things as washing dishes, vacuuming floors, cooking meals, changing the baby's diaper. Ooh, big act of service. But acts of service, I'm sure you've heard the old saying, actions speak louder than words. For these people, if this is their love language, actions do speak louder than words. It's not true for everyone, but it is true for these people. Number 3 is gifts. It's universal to give gifts as an expression of love. My academic background before I studied counseling and theology was anthropology, cultural anthropology. I did an undergrad and a master's degree. We've never discovered a culture where gift giving is not an expression of love. The gift says, they were thinking about me. Look what they got for me. Number 4 would be quality time, giving the person your undivided attention. I do not mean a couple sitting on the couch watching television. I'm talking about TV off, computer down. You're looking at each other. You're sharing with each other what you're thinking and feeling. And this is true. All of these are true, not only in marriage, but in all relationships, certainly in business relationships. Number 5 is physical touch. We've long known the emotional power of physical touch. That's why we pick up babies and hold them and kiss them and cuddle them. Long before the baby understands the meaning of the word love, the baby feels love by physical touch. So in marriage, we're talking about such things as holding hands and kissing and embracing, the whole sexual part of marriage, arm around the shoulder, driving down the road, you put your hand on their leg. Now, when we share this in a business setting, this is where the HR people say, whoa, we don't touch at work. There are no cultures where humans do not touch. Now, there are appropriate touches and there are inappropriate touches, but humans are touchers, okay?
So moving this into leadership, what is unique about how they apply, if anything, in the corporate, like you mentioned, the physical touch aspect?
Yeah. Well, first of all, there's not a direct correlation between your love language and a family relationship and your appreciation language at work. Work relationships are different from family relationships. There's somewhat a correlation. We found about 36% of the people, their love language at home is their appreciation language at work. But that means for the others, they have a different appreciation language at work. Why it's so important in work is research indicates that 70% of the people who have a job in this country say they feel little to no appreciation coming from the people with whom and for whom they work. That is super high. 64% of the people who leave a job and go to another job say they left primarily because they didn't feel appreciated. We tend to think people leave for more money, but that's not really true. They leave because they didn't feel appreciated. So most managers, if you talk to them, they will say, oh, I appreciate my people. Oh, I tell them all the time, I appreciate them. Well, you're telling them. You're using one of the languages, and you're hitting about 40% of your people. That means 60% of your people, your words just roll off like water off a duck's back. They don't get it because that's not their language. So you're missing out on about 60% of the people who work for you. 40% is words of affirmation. I'm thinking it's 35% that are acts of service and 25% that's quality time. And then there's a smaller percentage that are gifts. And almost no one in the workplace has physical touch as their primary language. Very interesting.